You're listening to Last Word Radio, where you get the last word.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Running Wild Podcast. I'm your co-host, Rich. Alongside me, as always, my co-host, Runz.
Yes, sir.
All right, just a reminder that we're brought to you in partnership with lastwordonsports.com as well as pwponderings.com, and where you can find us on the Wrestling to the Max network as well as our own YouTube channel. You can also find us on YouTube, and you can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on Google Play. All right. With that business out of the way, make sure you give us an email over runningwildpodcast@gmail.com, and you can follow us on Running Wild LWOS on Twitter. You can follow me directly at Rich_Laconi on Twitter. All right. So we got a big week coming up. It's
Copa America semifinals and the Euro Cup. Was that what you?
Oh, the U.S. Open, the Lamar Open U.S. Hunt.
Lamar Hunt, U.S. Open.
The Lamar Hunt, yes. That just started. The Red Bulls won last night against the Rochester Rhinos. I was scared. So glad we made it to the next round. NYCFC lost to the Cosmos. Hilarious.
Nice. My Dean went to that game.
So now we have to just hope that we can beat the Philadelphia Union and move forward.
All right. Anyway.
All right. So there's a pay-per-view this month, Money in the Bank.
This week.
Yeah, it's Sunday, isn't it? It's crazy. I'm gonna be at the continuing our soccer theme, segueing backwards. I'm gonna be at the Red Bull game, so it's gonna be a tough night. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Thinking about using the network.
Watching on your phone.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting. All right, so
your Red Bull Wi-Fi.
Let's kick off with the kickoff show. You see, we were talking about soccer. See how I did that? All right.
Okay, yeah.
So we're gonna have Baron Corbin, I think, versus Dolph Ziggler again.
Yeah, for the fourth straight pay-per-view, the third straight pay-per-view. I mean, whatever. It's a rivalry. It's been going on. I actually don't think it's been going on Raw for the past 2 weeks because I haven't seen a thing about it. So okay, it's best 2 out of 3, I guess. This is the third one. Hopefully, Corbin goes over clean, and that's the end of it. There's not really.
Whoa. Corbin goes over clean? Yeah, okay. All right, I guess Corbin too. I mean, yeah, I always want to see Dolph win, but it's not going to happen, so.
Yeah, I gave up on that about 6 years ago.
There's another one, right? Is it the
Sheamus and Apollo Crews?
Oh. Yeah.
Is that I heard somewhere that it was the pre-show, but I never saw that it was like specifically announced as such.
Yeah, I don't. Is the women's match is just on the main card? The women's match is on the main card?
I believe so.
Okay,
yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, this is a tough one because Sheamus has a movie coming out, but Apollo Crews needs to win a match against a credible opponent. So.
Yeah, I don't really think that Sheamus having a match, having a movie coming out affects this because he's the heel and it's, whatever. But, I mean, the movie's already out, so, right, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I just haven't seen it yet.
And it hasn't really done anything for him, so it really makes a difference. He's not the main star. It's not his face for the whole movie, so, maybe they just kind of push it to the side a little bit. But you're definitely right that Crews needs the win. I can see him sneaking that win and Sheamus killing him, or something like that.
Like he wins with like a roll up or something.
Yeah, he ducks the bro kick, rolls up Sheamus, and that's it.
That would be dope.
I think it has to go down some way. Because Apollo Crews is not gonna hit his finish on Sheamus or something like that on the pre-show.
The best part is that Apollo Crews is very jacked, right? But he's teeny. Like when you see him next to somebody else,
yeah, he's short.
Like because so he I think he needs to pull off that kind of win, the first time, just to kind of get, I don't know.
Yeah, and maybe the roll up. I don't know if Apollo Crews is like, because he's short, he can play that underdog role, but because he's so jacked, I don't know how much of an underdog he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. Like, maybe they give him some type of a decisive win, but I don't know.
And then, so what do you think is going to start tonight? It can't be the
Money in the Bank.
Really? All right. It's crazy. I mean, it's called Money in the Bank. I mean, I can't believe. All right. It starts off. I hope Ambrose doesn't win this.
Why? I think there's only two guys in this match who are winning this or could win this. And it's Kevin Owens and it's Dean Ambrose. And Owen, I mean, like the whole Shield segment from Raw was really good. I really enjoyed it. I liked Ambrose, just chiming in every now and then and being his crazy self. I enjoyed that. Rollins and Reigns had some, Rollins in particular had some good points. He had some good lines, so I enjoyed that. But I think that was like a tease for it.
So Ambrose wins, and then they build to that. But see, I just don't. The other thing is, I don't think Ambrose needs to win it for this match to happen.
He doesn't, but here's what I said this. I've been saying this for weeks. I think he's gonna end up walking out Money in the Bank as the champion. I think he cashes in at the end of the show and he wins. And
what?
Then he can carry the title till SummerSlam, where we get the triple threat, and Rollins or Reigns walks away with it.
Ooh.
Like I think they said it on Cheap Heat, but like imagine if Rollins beats Reigns and then Ambrose cashes in, they're all been the champion and that night. Like that's kind of crazy.
Huh. I don't.
I don't see Ambrose. I don't see Ambrose holding on to the case.
Well,
like walking around with it and stuff.
I was listening to the Ringer wrestling podcast.
Oh, what happened? I thought you listened to Cheap Heat first.
I'm delayed this week because I went with the Ringer first this week. So,
look at that.
Not throwing any shade.
You hear that, Rosenberg? You hear that?
You know, it'd be funny if this is if this is like he's actually listening this time, but no. Oh yeah, wait. There's all those fans out there that always write down exactly what they transcribe our podcasts and publish them on websites, probably. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this match is going to be crazy. I mean, the 6 guys who are in it, I guess we just forgot about that they were supposed to be the 7th guy. So the 6 guys who are in it are 6 of the top guys in the company, and, 4 of them are young guns and hungry and always steal the show. So this is going to be amazing. Owens or Ambrose walks away with it. I'm going to say Ambrose, even though Kevin Owens losing has been fishy to me. He's been getting his ass handed to him a little more often lately, and that's what they always do before that's what they always do before they give someone the case. So it could be Kevin Owens because that makes the most long-term booking sense. But Dean Ambrose right now is kind of a ready-made storyline for him. So it depends on where they go. If they're just going to use this as a quick thing to move on to something else, or if they're going to hold on to it for a while.
Who winning the match would just ruin the whole night for you?
I mean, that's an obvious one. Pero Escargroso.
Really? Because for me, it's actually Jericho. Like, I would rather Alberto Del Rio win.
Del Rio is horrible.
Wait,
like he hasn't done anything in like 8 years.
Yo, and what's with the racist Kevin Owens? Like, he's like, why you always gotta talk in Spanish?
Yeah, that was great.
He was just like, what?
That was great. And then he started talking in French. I've enjoyed the build up to this Money in the Bank. Like the sitting on the ladder stuff was stupid, but some of it was entertaining, and I've enjoyed the matches. I've enjoyed the back and forth with all of them. It's been good for what it is. We're building to the brand split. That's, this Money in the Bank is kind of in the way.
Yeah. I guess maybe that title change. Oh, it should be interesting. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. You never know what's going to happen because of the brand split. Anything, a lot of things could switch. Everything could stay the same. Who knows?
All right, so then we have what? So we have the women's match.
Well, so I'm going Ambrose. You're going Owens.
I'm gonna go Owens, but see if it opens. Right. See, then if it opens,
well, the 4-way tag could open.
Because that's the thing. Like, if it opens, I just feel like then Ambrose wins. I don't think the heel wins.
Well, like, didn't Del Rio win when Punk cashed in when Punk beat Cena, and then like Triple H called out Del Rio, but he escaped it anyway.
Huh, you might be right.
I don't know. Like, Money in the Bank, it doesn't really matter if it's first or not, because it's going to be a sick match anyway, So, like, you're going to get the crowd involved. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't need the good guy to go over in order to set the tone for the show.
Okay. I can buy that.
So I don't know. If it's first, it always leads you to be like, oh, well, he's going to cash it in. So if he's going to cash it in, maybe it would be smart to do it later on in the show so it doesn't, really give it away. But like I said, who knows? Because they can use that to their advantage and play with your mind a little bit.
So then we have not a lot of other matches, right? We have the women's, we have the U.S.
Yep. The women's match is brutal.
You haven't liked this?
I haven't liked anything involving Natalya, and so for this to just continue being prolonged, I've done what? Wasn't there a whole Divas Revolution? Wasn't there like 37 divas in every match for the last 2 months, and now there's been 4 for the last month and a half? Where
Paige wrestled.
Paige just came back and beat the champion, thanks, and then now it's just been Becky and Charlotte. Then it was Becky, Charlotte, and Dana. Then it was Natty and Charlotte. I don't know, man. Just give me something else. Bring Sasha back already. Let's get this moving.
What I didn't like, actually, was how
Charlotte was yelling at Dana?
Yes.
I didn't quite understand that.
I just felt like, okay, so I guess what you're trying to establish is that Charlotte feels like she's the leader. But I was like, that was obvious from the beginning. Like,
I think what they're trying to establish is that Charlotte is nuts, and like she's so arrogant, or that she's just blinded, and she doesn't see that she needed her dad and she needed Dana and that kind of a thing. So I think it's just like her ego going nuts for the time being. But don't even think about splitting them up. Like, you just put them together. Yeah. You just broke up Dana and Emma, well, for obvious reasons. But you can't just split them up now. Keep building this group. Keep building them as dominant, and let me enjoy it. Don't ruin it already.
Well, I thought that Emma was – I don't like the Emma bash because I thought that Emma would be a good fit with the three, like, then make them a trio, and then –
yeah, I mean, it would be fun if and when she ever comes back.
They have to make a kayfabe 4 horsewomen. Like, they have to do that.
It would make a lot of sense because, like, then you can have Becky, Sasha, and Bayley say, like, no, we're the real 4 horsewomen, and then you have a group feud or something going on.
Oh, so good.
But, I would like them to use it. I definitely like that 4 horsewomen concept. It's new. It's different. We haven't really seen female stables, and definitely not in WWE.
Well, PMS.
Yeah, well, they weren't a wrestling stable. They just managed people.
Yeah. Well, they're pretty mean, man.
Some pretty mean sisters.
Amazing. So amazing. But what's crazy is that even in the Attitude Era, they went with PMS and not with the submission sorority, which is, Well,
PMS is definitely a little more edgy than,
Is it? It's not edgier than being a porn website.
But, like, maybe it wasn't a porn website back then. The internet wasn't as huge. But, like, it's everyone knows BMS. Like,
Yeah.
Submission Sorority is a cool name. It just sucks that it still happens to be a porn site.
I just can't believe that nobody Googled it.
That's just so bad. But
did
let's
anybody
try.
use Google? So I just picture how angry he is. Can't you guys use the Google?
Yeah.
All right.
So I couldn't really care less about that. Does Charlotte and Dana get the win, or do they continue this weird story? And because it's the tag match, Becky and Natty pin Dana.
That's what I feel.
Right. So I think the good girls get the win here.
Yeah, it's coming. I mean, there's no title change threat, so have Charlotte lose, and like you said, have Dana get pinned.
But then she just lost to Paige, and whatever.
They're still going to do it. I mean, it just makes sense for this one. Like, she's been pretty dominant.
It makes sense for this one if she didn't just lose to Paige. Yes, she has. But, like, she's been dominant for a month. Like, that you can't just make her lose now. That you can't just undo that.
All right. Duly noted. So I'm going to, we're in agreement. It's got to be the good girls. The good girls.
Then we have the Fatal 4-Way Tag, End Zone Cast, New Day, the Club, and the Vaudevillains. This is probably going to be your open because I think this is going to be really good.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, okay, so End Zone Cast don't win. I don't.
The only team that I think is not winning is the Vaudevillains.
They're the only ones that you're ruling
and they very well could, but I don't. Yeah, like they're the least important, least over tag team in this match. So New Day very well could lose it because it's a multi-team match, right? So they don't have to actually lose it. So there's always that. Cats are super over, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to give them the straps. And the Club is, they started out a little bit slow, but since all this stuff with AJ and it's really picked up, they've gotten more mic time. They've done well. They've held their own. They've been impressive in the ring as always. So the Club could definitely win. So I really don't know.
I see. I think New Day's I don't know. I feel that when New Day loses, because of how long their reign has been, the other team should kind of get the rub from that. Like we just beat the team that's been tag team champions for the last over, year type thing.
Yeah, but like this week is the first week that they've mentioned like their title reign. Like, I didn't realize it's been that long because the tag titles, like how many teams have they fought in that time? Like the Usos? So it hasn't felt like it's been a year, and maybe they're going to let them break that tag title reign, and that would be cool. That's fine. But I could also see them losing because they don't actually have to lose.
My thing is that if End Zone Cast are going to win, I feel like they're going to win a regular tag match. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need all those people.
Very, very well could be. But you also have the problem of face versus face if you indeed just do that one-on-one. But they could pin the Vaudevillains, or they could pin someone else, or the Club could pin them. I don't know.
To win.
See, I would like it if the Club won. I think that would be a cool way to give them some momentum. Give them the tag titles. We'll get to the next match in a minute, but let Styles win that. And then you have something.
Is there a way...
You don't nexus them.
Is there a way that we could possibly get the Club to have a new theme song? And I think it needs to be 50 Cents in the Club.
I like their music.
But I just think... I don't know. That song is fine. Theirs is fine. But I think that In the Club by 50 Cent would be so much... Like, he does nothing now. Like, hire him to do it live in every city. And he'd do it. It's your boy. It'd just be awesome.
Fucking Germany. Sorry. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Like it could go either way. I wouldn't be upset with really any of these teams winning. It's going to be a great match. For the official purposes, I'll just say New Day. I don't think they lose it.
I agree. Nothing more to say. I totally agree. I mean, that's who I want to win. So I'm going to be kind of markish about this one and just pick who I want to pick based on that.
Yeah. But I don't think it's written in stone, and that's a good thing about this show. They can go any number of directions.
And then, Rusev versus Titus.
I forgot about that one. Clearly, Rusev. Like, I'd rather see Sheamus and Apollo on the pay-per-view than that.
Maybe Titus by DQ?
Maybe, but...
Like, I don't think Titus is going to take the title, but I feel like I don't think Rusev is just going to win so easy. Like, I think, like, something has to happen. Like, maybe, like, he cheats. You know, like, something that doesn't make Titus look bad. He just came back.
Yeah, but if you got to cheat to beat a guy who hasn't won a match in 7 years, I don't know. I get it. I don't mind Titus. He's a big guy. He's charismatic, but he was really not good on Monday. The storyline hasn't intrigued me at all.
Well, he bores me.
Yeah, like I really like Rusev, so I just hope maybe he loses by a count out, or I don't know. But I hope Rusev wins.
All right. And then I think that's it. It's a title match, right?
Styles and Cena.
Oh. How did I forget that?
Which, I mean, the past 2 weeks on Raw, they've done a killer job with the promos and back and forth. I mean, when Cena gets serious, there's not many people better than him in the promo game. And
listen, Jack.
You know, it's nice to see that. Well, yes, he hasn't done that. He said something this week that got me.
It's closed.
But I was like, oh, where's Jack? Nah, but he said something else like, listen here, whatever, and like he didn't say Jack. But you know, like he mentioned PWG and Ring of Honor and New Japan. I was like, what the hell? Where's that come from? But you know, I enjoy the hell out of Cena when he's angry and yelling and actually takes it serious. They've done a good job making Styles seem important and ready for this match with Cena. So I mean, I'm really looking forward to this.
I think it's going to be excellent. I feel, I've actually kind of enjoyed Cena during this stretch over here that they've had going.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. I mean, I guess AJ has to win, right?
So,
you know, like I don't see how he could lose and then like still walk away like okay from this. But then it starts to become just kind of like annoyingly predictable, you know?
Well, he could lose because it's John Cena. So like there's never, you know, a guarantee that someone's going to beat Cena. But I just think it makes so much sense for him to go over here and, you know, us to get that moment of Styles winning, whether it's with the club's help, whether he's cheating or something like that. He has to go over here.
Like, wouldn't this open the door, like maybe for Balor? I don't know. It can't happen yet, right?
It could. I mean, it very easily could happen at any time, but I don't know where Balor fits in with this. He's not just going to be another member of the club, and AJ's not going to be underneath him in the club. So, like, is he even part of it? He has to be because he keeps tweeting and always talks about his boys and stuff. So I don't know what direction this goes and how Balor gets involved too.
Yeah, because, I mean, is the contract saying that the club can't be at ringside or they won't?
I was confused by that. If Cena was offering him like a 3-on-1 match, and like, why the hell wouldn't you take that? But I don't think they mentioned like that they couldn't be at ringside. So I don't know if them at some point.
Because, you know, like, if they're not allowed, then Balor comes down and helps AJ win.
Yeah, maybe if he's going to be a heel.
Oh, I don't know.
You know, that's the whole thing. It's weird. It's tricky to fit him in here.
All right. So, I mean, either way, AJ's going to win. It's going to be a fun match.
Oh yeah, they're gonna kill it.
Cena's going to try for the springboard stunner, right? The springboard, like,
Yeah,
what is it? Off the second rope type
springboard
thing.
stunner,
Yeah. Oh, I think this might be the guy to help him hit it. I don't know.
yeah.
Kind of excited.
Yep. And then we have our main event of Rollins and Reigns.
I mean, this match is hard for me to just dissect because I don't like Roman Reigns,
Mhm.
and I like Seth Rollins so much that it's just like I wouldn't mind watching 15 minutes of Rollins just destroying
Yeah.
Reigns.
Yeah, right.
I know it's not going to happen, but like just demolishing him, I would just enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't really know because Roman's been good and lately, and I mean Rollins has never not been good, and he's just coming back. This is his first real match. It depends on what happens a little bit in Money in the Bank that will have some effect on this match or not. And either way, I think we're going to get a good match. These guys have good chemistry. They have the backstory. They have everything to play off of. The build-up has been really good. I really enjoyed the stuff on Monday and the video packages last week and all that. So, I mean, they're doing the right thing here, and they're building it right. And I don't know that 1 month worth of build-up is suitable enough for being decided finish.
Huh.
I think they can do a lot better.
Well, I don't see Roman win. I don't see Roman winning outright, but I also don't see Rollins just losing.
Exactly. So that's could definitely be where Ambrose comes into play, or where we get some type of screwy finish.
But they have to do it right because it just can't be like some nonsense.
What if he cashes it in the same exact way that Rollins did? I don't know. There's a lot of ways they can go, and this story has been brewing for a couple of years. So
I'm just surprised. Yeah, I guess, and then you have a rematch at SummerSlam.
Yeah, exactly. You have the triple threat at SummerSlam.
I wish it was 11 and didn't realize this was going to happen. It's so much more exciting.
Well, I mean, you don't know. We think it could, but we don't know.
The thing is, I wonder with the brand split coming and everything, just how this is going to play out. Maybe we only get a tease of this, and then I don't know. It's hard to predict past that point. So that's why, like at the beginning, I wanted Owens. I feel like Ambrose could just run down at any point. Just insert himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe he comes out and like the match ends in like, some sort of weird finish. It's gotta be something that is believable in that, you don't want to send the crowd like home like super irritated, with like a garbage like WCW Nitro finish. So they're going to have to do a good job of pulling that off if they don't have the Ambrose cash-in and him winning that night. Then that changes the whole landscape of everything because then you have to decide where each guy's going, and there's just so many questions left that are impossible to answer.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, they're impossible for us to answer, but they definitely have to know certain guys and where they're going. They have to have figured out that some of that part by now, whether it's just Rollins, Reigns, Ambrose on Raw, and Owens, Zayn, Cesaro, those guys on SmackDown, whatever. They definitely have to know where at least their top handful of guys are going, because after that, that's the trickle down effect, and those guys are going to be your money makers and your draws to the shows. So those are the important ones, So they have to at least know that part.
All right, so final call. You go with.
I'm going with the cash-in, but I don't know exactly how we would predict that. Yeah, I don't think we get a clear winner here.
Okay. I'm going to go with no clear winner, but I don't think there's a cash in. I have to stay consistent to my Owens guess.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Did you watch anything else this week?
I watched TNA, the pay-per-view, and I watched the Impact that almost never was on the next day. And, it was okay, but nothing really special. A lot of the titles changed hands. The Lashley McIntyre match was okay. It was a pretty good match, but
Lashley won.
Yeah, Lashley won. He had a decent promo on Impact, but nothing really special or anything like that.
And Matt Hardy had did he release a video of 5 minutes of making weird faces or something?
Did he? I don't know. I saw he posted something in the hotel room. I enjoyed that, man. I enjoyed the build up to that was really cool. Where Jeff jumped off of something really high, and that broke Matt Hardy, and he went crazy. And now he comes out to the slow piano music, and it's entertaining. Matt Hardy has been wrestling for 20-something years. It's nice to see a different version of the guy.
Yeah.
So it's entertaining. TNA is okay. EC3 is getting in the title picture. Bennett won and then lost the X Division title in 2 weeks. So I don't know what the point of that was, but,
Oh, well.
Some things are good, some things are not.
Ring of Honor, they've had some good stuff over the weekend. They had this triple tag team tournament type thing. So it was
yeah, I saw that.
3 teams, 3 matches, and then the last match was again a triple threat. And really surprisingly, Silas Young and the Beer City Bruiser win.
Yeah, I saw those results, and I was like, oh wow.
But the thing is,
pretty terrible.
So here's why. Here's what I'm thinking. At Best in the World, Morrison Machine Guns are going to face the Addiction for the titles. The next night is when Silas Young and the Beer City Bruiser have a shot, right? I think the Motor City Machine Guns win at Best in the World, and then the next night they defend against a heel team of Silas Young and Beer City Bruiser in their first defense.
Yeah, that could happen.
I
just kind of looked at it as both teams that nobody really thought were going to win won. Because it was them and All Night Express, and All Night Express beat the Guns and the Bucks or something. Yeah. And I was like, what the hell? So that was to me just they were kind of oh, let's just turn things around tonight and, make people really on the edge of their seat. But I don't know.
Well, they've been doing this whole thing with Make Wrestling Great Again, All Night Express.
Oh, Darren Young and Bob Backlund.
But the funny thing is that I think Al Snow is doing something like that in TNA, isn't he?
Yep. Uh-huh.
So all 3 major companies are doing a Make Something Great Again to make fun of Trump. This is amazing.
Yep, absolutely.
I feel
there is. Go ahead.
I was going to say I hope that every independent organization out there decides we need to make fun of Trump.
Make wrestling great. Yeah, there is a New Japan show Saturday at 3 a.m, and that should be really good. It's Okada versus Naito for the title. It's right before their big tournament that they have, the G1 Climax. So a lot of shit is going to get settled or shaken up before that tournament, and it should be a really, really good show.
Huh.
Yeah, definitely worth a watch at some point.
I will
Sunday.
say that I've watched so much New Japan and Ring of Honor the last month and a half that I feel I know these dudes very well.
Yeah, exactly. You know that it's for the first time ever there is a ladder match in New Japan, and it was supposed to be Omega and Tanahashi, but Tanahashi is hurt, so it's Omega and Elgin, which might be better because Elgin's going to be physical and throwing him around.
Oh, but I hate
And
Elgin.
this is a chance for them to go down in history because this is the first one. So this is Brett and HBK and Razor. You know,
How don't they have like death matches in Japan? They've never had a ladder match?
no, and up until like there was something else that Omega did that was like the first of its kind. I can't remember what it was. Wrestling, you know, like they do the tag matches and the no holds barred type stuff, but like, you know, Ring of Honor has those things so sporadically, you know, they don't have ladder matches every other night,
yeah. No, but I mean,
so like that's the similar style of New Japan, you know.
but it's
just wrestling
2016 is what I'm saying. You know, like how do you
based.
not?
But Japan, because Japan just never, like the concept of like heels being over is brand new. Like, you know, Bullet Club is changing everything literally. Because like the Gaijins, you know, the Americans were never over. They were never there for like long periods of time, and now they're 4 or 5 of the top stars in the company.
All right.
You know, so
I just need to inform you that Pro Wrestling Tees is now selling a shirt for $3.99, and they call it. They said that our mistake is your reward. Purchase botched shirts today, limited stock, $3.99. It's just a shirt with an X on it, black shirt with a white X. That's it.
Incorrect. And I already bought 2 of them.
What are you talking about?
And they're shirts that they just messed up. So like it could be a Dalton Castle shirt that's just crooked, but they're sending you random. You don't know what shirt you're getting. So you go there, you put in your size, and then they send you. So I bought 2 random shirts because they were $4. So why the hell not? I'm obviously going to get the worst shirts of all time, but maybe I'll get something dope.
Okay.
So just for the fun of it, I bought 2 of them.
All right. I didn't get that. Because I looked on the link, and the link is just showing. I didn't read anything, so I just see the X shirts. So I'm like, oh my god!
Yeah.
I was like, what?
When I first read it, I was like, what the? I was like, oh, $4 for like a fucked up shirt? That's awesome. And then when I looked at the picture, I was like, what the hell is that? I don't want a shirt with the X on it. Like that's stupid.
Yeah, me too.
And then when I actually read it, I was like, oh, that's just like their picture for it. Like that's dope. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some good shirts. You gonna do it?
I don't know if I should officially say that on air.
Yeah, well.
Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, it's $4. So
hold on. I will openly say, my wife does not listen to the show. I'm going to buy the shirts. I'm also going to buy it at the store tomorrow and buy Star Wars shirts and more Marvel shirts at the Atlantic Mall. And there's no
She might not listen to the show, but she can hear you in the other room right now.
I am now regretting speaking so loudly about this topic. I did not realize that she could just hear me. Oh.
First of all, you have a baby monitor 3 feet away from you. Second of all,
it doesn't work. It doesn't. It's not 2 ways.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic. All right. Well, there goes my life.
You're the best. You're the greatest.
Woo!
No, but yeah. I was gonna tell you about. I was wrapping it up to tell you about that Pro Wrestling Tees stuff, and then you beat me to it.
Oh, nice. All right. So, and you're a little behind on Lucha, right? So we'll pick on that.
Yeah. Was this week the pay-per-view, or was this This was the pay-per-view, right?
I think so.
Ultima Lucha Dos?
Yeah.
All right. So I saw that, and I was like, oh, shit, now I got to watch. So, like, I know the week before they usually do the, like, pre-show, and then they have this. So I'll probably catch up on the last month this weekend or something like that.
And the Ring of Honor was pretty the takeover was pretty good. We didn't talk about that, did we? Am I crazy?
No. I mean, it was yeah, it was good. I mean, it was exactly what we expected, as always. I'm pretty surprised the Revival got the win. I think we did talk about this a little bit because we talked about Adrande and the kid from my school seeing him.
Oh, yeah.
So we definitely talked about it to some extent. But, I mean, now we have officially Nakamura and Balor, NXT Brooklyn. So, yeah.
He's so weird with that shit. Whatever he does. Just being weird.
Did you get to watch Breaking Ground Reloaded or any of that? Swerved?
I basically was able to watch watch a lot of Ring of Honor, but I was basically able to watch Raw, watch the NXT, just the weekly
Yeah,
NXT, and that's all I'm at. Oh wait, I tried to watch Edge, the Table for Three.
Presley. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I just got all 7 Star Wars movies, so yeah.
Yikes.
Sorry, I just took a break. I took a break from wrestling this week. I just needed to watch some Star Wars.
All right, and we also have some match predictions from friend of the podcast, Adam from Brooklyn. So he has actually his own rundown for the show. For the pre-show, he thinks that it should we have Golden Truth versus Febreze, which is Fandango and Tyler Breeze. He says it doesn't really matter who wins. Then he has the Lucha Dragons versus Dudleys, so that Kalisto can take a win and that the Dudleys aren't really as important anymore. He'd also like to see a Bob Backlund segment, but something a little different than just to make Darren Young great again from backstage. On the main show, he's tabbing Chris Jericho to win. He says that he can be the backup main event player if someone's injured, and that Zayn and Owens don't really need the briefcase. He says that Cesaro can go back to working with Miz, and that Ambrose will then get out of this feud and move into a 3-way with his former Shield stablemates, and that Del Rio will eventually find something else to do, whatever that may be. As well, then he predicts Baron Corbin versus Ziggler. He thinks that Corbin needs it more than Ziggler does. Ziggler will still be over to give them 10 minutes so that the crowd kind of simmers down. He has Rusev versus Titus up next, and he says that Titus will not have a title until Vince dies, and that Rusev's reign just started, so that unless they have Titus win and then drop it on Raw to go into Battleground, that this should be like a squash match. If not, it's just torture to everybody. Next up, Adam picks the New Day winning keeping the titles, that Kaz and Enzo. He postulates that Kaz and Enzo don't need it to stay over, and that the Vaudevillians don't seem like they will be grabbing the straps anytime soon, and that the club is really tied in more into AJ's storyline so that they won't have the titles. For the 5th match on the card, he has Apollo Crews with Sheamus, which we had for the pre-show. Says that Apollo's going to win this one. It's just more of a filler and crowd calmer. I like that. I think the way he picks to have this crowd as a spacer between the tag team and the next match he picks, which is AJ and Cena, is a good idea. It feels that AJ needs this one, and to get AJ over, he has to beat Cena here, and then eventually lose at Battleground, so this can get AJ some momentum, and Cena can afford to lose, and that AJ can't lose a 4th pay-per-view after losing over at WrestleMania to Jericho and everything, so this makes a lot of sense. He expects this match to go very long. Next, he has Charlotte and Dana versus Becky and Nat, and to please, he's begging that the Women's Revolution go forward instead of backwards with these tag matches, and hopefully that he sees Sasha coming down maybe and interfering in some way to remind us that she's back. And he wants to see much less of Natty. And finally, he feels that Rollins versus Roman for the title, that Roman's going to keep it by count, or Rollins wins it by count out. That this is going to be a 30-minute match. That feud's going to go on. It's going to go into Battleground. It's going to go into SummerSlam. So that this needs to be a big show for both of them. Show us that Rollins is rejuvenated, and also show us that Reigns can really hang up there with one of the best athletes, or AKA CrossFit Jesus. All right, thanks, Adam. I appreciate you writing in, and let's see how your predictions do.
All right. Well, if that's all, I just want to remind you guys that you've been great. Whatever. You know what? I'm not going to do it this week. We're just going to say goodbye. I'm tired.
Yeah, that was a sign that was meant to be, that the feed froze.
So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that you have been listening to the podcast that is just too sweet.